as well as the National Livestock Development Policy, has recognized the importance of making available improved livestock breeds to farmers and promotion of appropriate pasture technology. Government views today's pasture fair as an important tool in bringing the necessary knowledge in improved pasture management.
As a program, we've been promoting the production of pastures to smallholder farmers, mostly under rain-fed conditions. But now what we're demonstrating here is that they can not only be grown under rain-fed, but they can be grown under irrigation. And I think it's quite evident. You can see that in the middle of this is November, critical, it's dry everywhere, but we have irrigated pastures that are growing. And we have a combination of different grasses and legumes. And most of the technologies or pastures that we are promoting are actually drought tolerant to some extent, but we're basically showcasing that they can be produced under irrigation and farmers can actually be productive throughout the year.
We have the cowpeas that are very resistant to drought. We have grasses that do not require so much water to establish and grow into a full crop. On top of that, we're also promoting the preservation of the pasture species that the farmers are growing, so that in the very lean months, with the exception obviously of the drought situation, they can harvest and store for later months when there is nothing to feed the livestock. When our pastures are harvested at the opportune time, the animal is able to get the benefit from the nutrients in the pasture crop. Natural grazing, first of all, the natural pastures are not very high in nutrients, in proteins, and most of the time, by the time the animals are getting to graze on the pasture, they would have become fibrous, and the animals are mostly just getting fiber from the crop. So that means animals that are pregnant and the younger animals that need more nutrients will not see the benefit, as opposed to if silage is made or if hay bale is made combining a legume and a grass, which will offer primarily the nutrients that are needed for the animal to thrive, and then which ultimately leads to the improved productivity of the animal. In the dairy, we see higher milk yields. The animals reach maturity or market weight faster if they're being fed, as opposed to if they're in the natural pasture. They use most of their energies to scavenge for food.
We are farmers across the country who produced and sold seeds worth 97,000. Whilst in this particular year, maize failed, soybeans failed, which were hard hit, and that is the money they're using to buy mealie meal, to pay school fees, to basically pull through.
It has been a very big challenge, especially for this year. For us dairy farmers, as you have seen, that we never had enough rains to grow our pastures for our animals. Even water is a big challenge. But although I have water for my animals for drinking, but I didn't reach much to have pasture fields for my animals, but I had a bit where I could at least feed my animals. But mostly I've been just buying, which is so expensive. For the climate change, we had a lot of challenges for sure. But in just a small area where I had a small portion of pasture, I was managing to feed the animals which I was milking. And at least we are happy now. We have some rains. Hopefully now we have fresh grass, and even the pastures which had even dried up, it will start shooting.
One of the beneficiaries of, I think, the seeds from the livestock office in Monze. I have velvet beans. I'm able to grow it and feed it to the animals. My animals get it when it's still green. And also, I've kept the seeds. I was forced to start growing my own pastures due to the drought. And I discovered that if you have to continue producing under the dairy industry, you need feed during the dry spell. That's from around August to December, as it is happening now. Our animals have survived. They go around, nimbling here and there, But of course now we have the SN20. At least it's under irrigation, almost a rima. We are able to cut and supplement and even give our cows. I'm thinking of expanding and doing it commercially so that I can bundle and also sell.